Now that we've talked about what slang is and where it can come from, let's talk about common slang words found in modern-day American English. There's a superfluous amount to choose from, but for now, let's focus on three different slang terms, one used as an exclamation, another as a verb, and the last one as a noun. Up first, we have the word dang. I think it's safe to say everyone has said this word at one point or another, perhaps even more often than they think. That's the thing with these slang terms and phrases. Sometimes we just say them so organically that we don't even realize we are using them. So what does dang really mean? According to Merriam-Webster Online, dang is, of course, a polite form of damn. But when exactly do we use it?
You can use dang for surprise, like you see something or you hear some shock and you're like, dang. Also, you can use it for a filler, like, dang, I just want to go home, I hate school, things like that. Also, dang, you can just say, dang, I hurt myself. Dang, I want to eat some food.
According to M-W, the first known use of dang was in 1797. Dang! That's a long time to be using the same word. Now let's move on to a verbal slang term, bomb. Of course, this word also functions as a noun or a verb, referring to an explosive device or the action of attacking with said device. In slang terms, however, bomb can have two completely different meanings. According to Urban Dictionary, prior to 1997, bomb was generally used to indicate being unsuccessful or failing. For example, upon receiving an F on a test, a student might say, "Dang, I really bombed that test." See what I did there? Now, after 1997, although I'm not sure how this particular date was determined, bomb can ironically be used as an adjective or even a noun to describe something that is excellent or the best. For example, chocolate ice cream is bomb, or even chocolate ice cream is the or da bomb. Isn't it interesting how slang terms can have multiple meanings just like other non-slang words? Lastly, let's talk about swag. Urban Dictionary claims that this term originally came from the Scottish slang term for swagger, which described how some Scots walked, generally with a swaying motion. Let's watch a funny how-to video on walking with swag.
So first off, you stick on your swag sweater. In other words, a baggy sweater, like so. I got this. Yeah. Alright, so step 2, you need to have your pants baggy. Oh yeah. 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 Step 3, you should have a little sway to your swag, so put a little emphasis on it, you know? Aight. You. You. Sup, west side. Okay, so now puff out your chest, put your hand in your pocket, and strut your stuff.
Now, I don't know how much swag those girls really had, but in general, the American English interpretation of the word usually refers to how someone presents themselves in appearance and style to be cool. Of course, dang, bomb, and swag are only three popular slang terms out of the seemingly infinite amount people use on a daily basis. Start paying more attention to people around you and listen to the slang terms and phrases they use. What do you think they mean? And why do you think they chose to use them instead of other more formal words?